Hello creatives, welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth and I am here at the gallery today to do the Zodiac series. This is a reading for Cancers whose major arcana card is the Chariot. And this is the artist card representing you as an open vessel to receive. And this is the well of infinite creative resource that Source is so happy to share. So let's see what we've got in this reading for you, Cancers. I pulled from the Color Goddess card, Mint. This is a beautiful, interesting card to get. I had to look up the rock, the stone, that gem. It's called Chrysoprase. And it is this beautiful, light-colored green that is just gorgeous. So this is about daydream, fantasy, and imagination. It's about lightening up, nourishing that intuitiveness from an imagination point of view. So, dreaming and daydreaming, making time for your brain to play. It's lighten up. There is a freeing up of intuitive ideas and thoughts when you do. So that's what this is about. And you might want to go and find some of that Chrysoprase and put in your pocket, because I'm pretty sure it would be just a gorgeous stone to wear. And then from the Sacred Rebels, that's what this deck is. From there, I got the Conscious Connections for you. This is about accepting differences in personalities with others. I thought that very interesting. However, this can also mean within yourself, right? Having two different points of view that you're struggling honoring both of them simultaneously. So this comes into play later, and I'll get back to it. Of course, it's all interconnected, as you well know. But this is a new spread for me. I'm trying this one out. It is about strengths and weaknesses and how to use them for your benefit. This is a spread that I came across on Etsy by Marielle. You can find her in the description box below. She's got all kinds of creative, intuitive readings that you can do and practices in order to heighten your intuitiveness and your creativity. So because it's such a heavy subject of strengths and weaknesses, it can go pretty deep. I have used my Rider-Waite's from 1971 cards, my trusty Rider-Waite. And so this pile is your strengths, your biggest strength. This is how I can use this strength to overcome any limiting beliefs or obstacles. This one's your biggest weakness. And this one is, how does that weakness set me up for failure? How do I look at that? And then this one is, how do I turn that weakness into a strength? So, okay, let's begin the reading. For your strength, Cancerians, you got the 9 of Swords. Yeah, I know, it's kind of a sad, challenging card to get as a strength. But, my sun sign is Cancer. So I can relate to this in having those dark, sad times when you're really feeling like you're under a rock and it's so hard to find your way out from that dark, right? Where's the light switch? So in that, though, you do eventually come out of it, right? It can be a depression, and it can be, all of those really difficult things to work through. And while you're in it, it's hard, so hard to see that there's a way out. But eventually, with some help from Source or others, you do come out of it. And So as a strength, it's probably having done that a number of times, and now you're at that point where you're recognizing it and you do understand that it's just a minute where you've got your boots stuck in the gook, and as soon as you pull them out, you're going to be on dry land again, and it's getting through it. So you got the 10 of Clubs. Now the 10 of Clubs is an interesting card here too, because this is all about rewards for effort. And you got the Cavalier. This is a positive card all around. This is messages. And I'm taking it as messages from Source. It can be messages from Source in strange ways. So whether that's coming to you through your intuition, or you're coming into contact with synchronicities, or things that are just make you wonder or be like, oh, whoa, what was that? kind of a moment. That's the kind of thing you look for when you're coming out of this darker, contemplative, feeling stuck and overwhelmed shadow place. So the 10 of Clubs is a very interesting card for you to get here. This is, as I said, all about rewards for efforts. It's related to the Magician card. It is the Ecliptic card, which is the life purpose card. So this is pretty heavy duty for you to get here, in that it is that how much effort you put in is how much reward you are rewarded for your effort. Round and round we go. But when there is a way to manifest yourself out of it, because that's also the tens, right? It's a manifestation card. It is the Magician cards. And it is all about being multi-talented. It is about having all of the tools of the PIP cards, that is the ace through the nines, in your pocket, in your tools. So you're a very high-level magician working your magic here, that understands that soft place where you find yourself sometime that, the ground's not completely solid, but you've learned to recognize it and understand it, maybe not in the moment, but at some moment later you do, and you are able to move on through it. And so how can I use this strength to overcome any limiting beliefs or obstacles? So hard to do when you're in the stuck, right? But what did we get? We got the Knight of Wands. So this is fire energy in tarot. It is the Knight, which is Sagittarius energy and Jupiter energy. It brings quick, joyful expansion to anything. And here we're talking about ideas. So ideas that come to you from Source that you can use to get yourself up out of that muck and mire and become this beautiful lotus, right? And look at this, 5 of Clubs. That is all about fire as well. But in the cards of truth, clubs are air. So this also is very fast-paced thoughts, working through what doesn't work, mining the nuggets from that and moving on to something that does work. And you've got all of those little efforts that you gleaned from the work and are able to put it to good use. And you got the Moon card, which in the Lenormand cards, this is all about getting rewards and recognition and being in the right place at the right time. It is a very positive card for you to be getting at this right here. So yeah, rewarded for the efforts and blessed with new ideas. Got to get through that mucky mire though first. Oh man, some of us just have to work a little harder sometimes. I guess we all do. So, okay, so what is our greatest weakness here? We got the Six of Swords. So this is air energy, tarot, and it is about journeys for self-betterment. So it's telling me that that is a difficult thing to, what do you call it, transcend and traverse and get from that darker spot to that lighter spot, that's never an easy path for you to be on. And when it's there, you find it very difficult, lots of obstacles, hard to get through. You got the Ten of Spades in reverse. This too represents the Magician card. It's in reverse, so that tells me it's difficult to come to those remedies and cures that the spades are there for, and that the effort for the reward is difficult to get to that place where you can move forward. Those boots are really stuck. And you got the Bird card in the Lenormand deck. This is about chatter. It's about hearing messages. It's about having conversations. And in this instant, I'm saying conversations with Source. It can't be conversations with your peers and your groups of friends and people that support you. And that's all good and fine too. We all love our trusted friends for that give and take of resources and ideas. And it is a place where you can go and get that remedy or cure. It's just saying here that having conversations is a way for you to work through this process. Lovely that that's there for you, and that's what you need to remember, right? So how can we turn this into a strength, right? How can, oh, I'm sorry, no, this one is how does that set us up for failure? This is how we're going to turn it into a strength. So how are we going to, how does that set you up, this difficulty, how does that set you up to fail? So let's see what we got here. We got the Six of Cups in reverse. So this is emotion, right? Emotions, cups, water, energy. It's a six. It's a nostalgia and joy and happy reunions, right? So that's how it sets you up. You get stuck in that emotional woe is me, and it's never going to happen, and I've tried and tried and tried and tried some more, and yeah, I'm getting some little bits here and there, but I'm not getting what works. How much longer do I have to plod through with mud on my boots to get to where it's going to work for me? So yeah, that's how it fails, right? You get stuck in it. And you got the Nine of Diamonds. So the nines are K2 energy. This is about your comfort zone, and it is also about surrendering to the divine, surrendering a preconceived notion or idea in order to let go and let Source bring you into some deeper, more meaningful, beneficial way of thinking about something. This is concrete skills and talents. Really interesting card to get here. It's associated with the Fool card, which, as I always feel, is looking at the world through curiosity and putting on those rose-colored glasses knowingly, and to go play, right? That daydreams and fantasy, and have your brain just take a break, right? Don't be so dogged about it. It's okay, because in that letting go, you hear Source. that is where you find the abundance. This card is also known as the abundance card. It's very psychic, very intuitive. It is the ability to channel abundance for yourself. It is about having a friendship with the divine. It's also about giving to receive. Right? That's what the nines are as well. This 9 of diamonds, that's the abundance part of it. The more you give, the more you receive. So through all of this knowledge of your process and the stuckness, and knowing that play and communication is the way out of it. So keep that in reverse, and we'll put that right there. And for the clarifier, you get the gentleman. This brings a beautiful, lovely, supportive energy to the entire read. So yeah, good, right? Right? Oh, yes. So how to get out of that stickiness, how to move through this process with a lighter heart. You know you do. You know it works for you. You know you come out of it. You know how to get through it. And it's Source just keeping you on the path. So, yeah, getting through it, having patience and understanding that that's just what it is. It'll happen eventually. Okay, so this one, of course, is all about how to turn that weakness into a strength. So let's have a look. We got the 5 of Wands. Okay, 5 of Wands. Related. I know it's clubs, but it's related. Gotta love it. So, yeah, this is all about working it through. Keeping your nose to the grindstone. It is getting through the struggles, understanding the labor, and also understanding that the nuggets are gold. They are diamond, right? They are diamonds for you to harvest. So in that process, that's where you want to keep your eye on the prize. That is where you're going to find your honors and your abundance from the intuitive, beautiful Source will grant you these. And how do we know that? Because you got the 3 of Spades. This is receiving those beautiful remedies and cures. It's also the big test card. This is, what do I call it? The true grit card. This is you finally understanding what that nugget that's working for you is doing for you. That is listening to Source through keeping clear in order to hear the gleaming of the nuggets. And for the clarifier, you got the Garden card. So interestingly, this is really hand in hand with the Birds card, because the garden is that safe place where you feel comfortable exploring. As the Mint card suggests, to go and play and explore and daydream and fantasize. It's all good. You can do that in the garden. So, yeah, very lovely. And the birds are your peeps and your friends and Source communicating with you. Really lovely. So on this note, I saved this for this moment because of the Conscious Connections card. And I'm just going to read this here paragraph for you about this card, the Sacred Rebels card, because it really kind of speaks to the entire spread here. It is, if you have asked to experience a more sacred connection with people who truly get you, and this is a connection with yourself and Source as well, and want to play life with you rather than at odds with or against you, then this oracle confirmation that this manifestation is on its way to you now. It may or may not be obvious at first, but kindred spirits are going to enter your life to help you connect with your deeper feelings and creativity. They will give wings to your inspirational ideas and the big dreams. Right there it is. So stick with it. Lighten up. Gleam your nuggets. Beautiful. Yes. And find your support in the good places. So I've got one more card for you, Cancers. And, ooh, that one just really wanted to pop right out at the beginning. It is a mother's love. So you can look at this in many different ways. And you can look at this mother's card as the mother of creation. It can be that energy that surrounds source and your creative energy as an artist. It's that abundance, whatever it is that really you feel that love in. So it says a mother's love is reaching out to you at this time and holding you close. She knows how much you miss her and wants to remind you that this special bond of love can never be broken. So we're looking at that cycle here, and it is about you connecting with Mother Source and receiving whatever it is that she dips out of that well for you. Wow. All right. Thank you so much for listening. And yeah, happy creating.